I was growing up, never really had any dental problems, and my family did. But then my dad turned out to have Peri-Implantitis, and this was way back in probably the 1970s. And he had the traditional gum surgery, and this is my dad who'd never been sick, never gone to the hospital, never complained about anything. I think that week was the worst week of his life after the surgery, right? It was, and I went, oh my God, yeah. And after that day, I started flossing every night because, you know, it scared the bejesus out of me, right? And so when I found out about BIOLASE and laser dentistry and the fact that you can have a non-invasive, certainly less invasive way of surgery that the patients don't have to go through that, I said, oh my God, how come I didn't know about this before now, right?
Alrighty, live from the Loft 100 studios in sunny San Diego, California. Big Biz Show is on the air. Great to see you. Listen to the Day Trader Trio.
It just...
And do you know who's missing?
Oh, yeah.
James ain't here.
Right. You can hear it.
So the name of the new band is called James Who? Well done, boys. Watch how much power I have. See, that's it. Do you know what that means? That's what you get perspective when you sign the paycheck.
I was going to say.
The front of the paycheck,
and you're,
not the
and
back of the paycheck.
You start signing the front, and then you start doing this thing, and everything just...
Well done, boys. Good stuff. Hey, welcome to Big Other Mark Hatter. This is 30% of my band still. I think Mark should join us on a daily basis. Pretty soon we'll have 10 pieces in here every day.
I'll enjoy it that much more.
You just saw the spot that we play often here on Big Biz Show and on Biz TV Network, American Life Network, and the folks at American Forces Radio Network. And look who's here, the president and CEO, John Beaver, the star of the commercial. How are you, bud? Good to see you.
I'm doing great, Sully. How are you?
Great to see you. You guys are doing some great stuff. If you follow your news, I know you do, but if our crowd follows the news, of course, John Beaver is the president and CEO of BIOLASE Incorporated. The stock symbol is BIOL. You can go to biolase.com. Worldwide leader in dental lasers. Now, when you think of dentists as you were a kid, right? You've changed the perception of dentistry. You really have.
We're certainly trying to do that.
Well, so we've sent a camera crew out with you, and we've seen visits that you've done. Obviously, you know, this 60-second spot kind of shows everything and why you do it. But talk about the business right now. Is anything changed over the last year? What's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. The business is going great. We have another quarter where I think we exceeded both our own expectations and analyst expectations, so that's great. But really the big difference over the last year, and I can feel it, the sales team can feel it, is that we're now having dentists call us to ask about lasers.
Wow.
That never has happened before, right? Before it was always us trying to get in to have that conversation, but now we're getting calls from dentists saying, I want to learn more about the lasers. Yeah, I'm looking at incorporating that into my practice.
And isn't the perception supposed to be, you know, the pain-free thing or less pain or something like that?
It's a combination. So that's one aspect of it. Certainly less invasive, faster recovery time, more patient-friendly. But for the dentist also, it's the ability to do additional procedures and make money that they weren't doing before.
Sure.
That they were referring out to specialists because of the ease of doing the procedures with the laser, they can do it in-house.
So talk about those procedures, the different types of procedures, and you've got a couple different kinds of lasers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do. We have an all-tissue laser, Waterlase brand, and we have a soft tissue laser, a diode laser called Epic. So let me talk about the Waterlase first. Yeah. We have over 80 FDA cleared indications, so obviously we don't have time to talk about all of them, but just a few of them. One is in restorative. You have kids?
Oh yeah, 19-year-olds.
Yeah, ever had a cavity? My guess is they went in, had a shot, drill, not a happy experience.
Right. No.
Well, we have many dentists, pediatric dentists have never given a kid a shot because with a laser you can't feel it, right? So you can go in there, it takes the place of a drill, you don't have to have a shot, it's amazing. Okay. Talking with, still on pediatrics, 10% of kids born today are born tongue-tied. So what that leads to is nursing issues, feeding issues, and also speech impediment
That's that little thing below your tongue that prevents your tongue.
That's one. You have 7 in your mouth, right? And so that the lingual freedom is one below your tongue, but you also have the lip. So you either tongue-tied or lip-tied.
Yeah, right. Mike is not lip-tied. I can tell you this. He's a little lippy.
You can still talk if you're lip-tied. Just you cannot be understood as well.
All right.
So as opposed to going to a hospital, getting a surgeon to cut on that with a scalpel or knife.
That does not sound like fun at all.
No, that's no fun. I've seen newborn babies, seven days old, have a frenectomy on their mother's lap in a dental office.
Not even know it happened.
And nurse 30 minutes later.
No kidding.
No sutures.
Wow.
It's amazing.
What about periodontal? What about, what about the, you get to be 50, 60. I go to the dentist every 3 months. Same as you. I have your same story.
Yes.
It's like, I'm never going there.
Yeah.
But I keep on seeing commercials and hearing stuff and watching stuff where the gum disease is prevalent in this 50, 55, 60 crowd sometimes because
30 and over.
And what that means is that they used to have to cut your gums back and do all that stuff.
Right.
I don't know, Jared, if you can bring up the computer graphic where it showed them kind of going around and getting.
Yeah, with the laser tip, you can go down subgingivally, not have to cut open the gums, and get as good a procedure as.
And basically what they're doing is they're basically deep cleaning or whatever those areas. Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, well, and the laser kills bacteria. And so
if somebody has an infection or somebody's got a piece of, what do they call, I don't know, plaque or whatever the other stuff is, calculus or whatever down there, the laser handles that?
Yeah, absolutely. But even as important is around peri-implantitis. So we talk about periodontitis, gum disease, but everybody's getting implants these days, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
20% of implants fell in the first 3 years.
How come?
So, bacteria. There's a lot of reasons for it.
But
right?
But
bacteria,
right.
You get an infection or whatever. So traditional way of treating that is you take the implant out, try to grow some bone down there, maybe wait 9 months, get a new implant.
Yeah, they do. They put that bone powder in there. They got a bone graft or whatever.
You're paying another $3,000 or whatever for an implant, right? We're the only technology that can go down subgingivally with our patented side-firing tip, clean the screws of the implant while it's in place, and save the implant. Wow. So, and then you go to root canal. I'll just finish with root canal. Traditional instrumentation gets about 50% of the bacteria in that root out. I always tell a story, if I had a knee surgery, a knee replacement about 5 years ago, the surgeon's coming into me after I'm in the recovery room. Said, John, we got about 50% of the bacteria out of there. We're doing pretty good. I'm not feeling good about that.
Of course.
No.
But that is traditional.
I know. I've got 2 full knee
right?
replacements, and I had the same thing told to me. I'm going, okay, I'm going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
There's going to be some
with
sort
the
of
laser adding to the treatment,
this is the thing I was looking at here just a second ago, but it was that treatment. So with the laser,
it kills 99.5% of the bacteria. So it makes root canals more effective, less chance of retreatment, and guess what? It saves time. Our endodontists that have used lasers are now taking about 50 minutes for a procedure versus an hour and a half without it.
What's the learning curve for dentists when they start using the laser for the first time?
So we usually do a 2-day training in office, but it's a continuous learning. I compare that to the high-speed handpiece of drill, right? Mm-hmm. They practice that for 4 years, right, in dental school. We can get them up and running in 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow.
But it's continuous learning. Once again, we have 80 FDA cleared indications. They're not going to learn all 80 of them. May not want to, but they can't learn them in a month.
No kidding. And lasers have been taking over every part of the human body as standard of care.
Except the mouth.
Except the mouth.
Yes.
And then, so talk about adoptability, because adoptability was on the rise with you guys when we first met about a year ago. Is it getting better?
Oh, it's getting better. One of the things we talked about a year ago was the trial program that we started, where we give the laser to a dentist for 45 days, usually a GP, general practitioner, and then they decide they want to buy it. Last year, we were about 40% success rate. They would keep the laser, decide to buy it. Mm-hmm. This year, we're close to 60%.
Yeah.
So it's improved significantly. We've sold over 100 lasers through that program.
John Beaver is our guest, as you know. He is a familiar face here on Big Biz Show. He's the president and CEO of BIOLASE. Their stock symbol is BIOL, worldwide leader in dental lasers. You can go to biolase.com. I got a question for you as a business, and I know you can only tell us so much as a CEO of a public company. What are you thinking over the next 18 months? Do you just stay the course? You try to open up new pathways? Is there other technology coming?
So one of the interesting things about BIOLASE, I think, and real opportunity is we don't have to open up new pathways, right? 8% of dentists in the U.S. have an all-tissue laser. Now, of that, 60% have ours. So, the dominant market share. Every 1% in the U.S. means $50 million of additional revenue to us. So if we stay the course, and we don't have to go from 8% to 50% to be hugely successful, if we go 8 to 15%, will be hugely successful.
You realize that this is like a recession-proof business? It's like laundromats, liquor stores, and dental laser. Small personal loans.
Yeah.
No, but it is one of those recession-proof businesses.
Well, I'm not sure anything is recession-proof, but here's the thing about the lasers. As we may enter into a recession, dentists are looking for additional streams of income.
Yeah,
I mentioned that they can't do or they won't do a lot of the procedures without a laser that we can teach them how to do. That increases their cash flow.
John, one last question before you get out of here today, and I thank you for being so generous with your time all the time when you come down here. How do people find dentists that have your lasers across the country? Is there a way to do that?
There is. You go to biolase.com,
Okay.
put in your zip code, and find the Waterlase dentist
Are
nearest
you in virtually everywhere in the country?
Everywhere, all 50 states and 80 countries.
I know what Mike's doing. I know what Mike's doing after the show today. He's going, dentist
Painless
appointment back in
and
20,000.
much better for me.
Well, I say this all the
Absolutely.
time. Knowing what I know now, that I joined the company about 5 years ago, I'd never let any of my family or friends go to a non-laser dentist.
No.
Except for you, Mike. You know what? He's got a guy. John, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week, too, or the week after. I'm got to get coming down here all the time. John Beaver, President and CEO of BIOLASE, B-I-O-L. All right, we got lots of stuff coming up. Costa, Sully, the Day Trader Trio.
TTT.
More Big Biz coming up.